Hi there, I'm Graham Lewis, and in this short video I'm going to show you how to find the minimum, maximum, the three quartiles Q1, Q2, Q3, and enter a formula to work out the interquartile range and range on Excel, so it's so much easier. I'm going to do it for a small data set. These are two test scores from the same class, two tests so that we can compare them with this statistics. So here we go. Click on the cell where I want to write minimum there, and enter equals. To enter a formula in Excel, you always type equals. Notice that equals appears in the formula bar up there. Then type in min. Minimum should just appear. Double click on it with your left clicker and then highlight the array. Or you could type min bracket B2 colon B16, which are the cells I'm going from B2 to B16. Close the bracket and hit enter. And it's worked out the minimum for you. Then I want to do the max, same again, equals max. Double click, highlight the cell. Be careful not to include the 58, which was the minimum. Make sure you do the same cells, B2 to B16. Quartiles a bit trickier, equals QUART, and you should see quartile appear. If you don't, just type it out fully. Now this is why it's a bit trickier. Can you see here it says array and then which quartile? So the array are the numbers again, and the quartile you put a comma, and then I want the first quartile, which is a quarter of the way up, or the 25th percentile, 25% of the way up, and then hit enter. Q2 I could do the same, but because Q2 2 quarters of the way up is the same as the median, it's just a bit easier to use the median formula than the quartile formula. And then finally, Q3, I have to use the same quartile formula, so equals QUART. Choose that last one, just the quartile there. Select your array, and then go into the formula bar, put a comma, and of course I want the third quartile. Now remember, you can type out equals quartile for the cells B2 to B16 and the third quartile, and that's fine. And then I've got the third quartile. Interquartile range is what the core of your class got in terms of range, the middle 50%, because you've got rid of the top quarter, top 25% of people, bottom quarter, bottom 25%, you're finding the range of that middle half of people. So that's equal to, and I want to do Q3, so click on that cell there, minus Q1, and you'll see it's cell B21 minus B19, which is correct. Hit enter, Bob's your uncle. Range the same, equals, I want to do the max, minus the min. The range isn't really very useful in statistics generally, in looking at data, because it can be so upset by outliers, so it's not a real indication. Imagine if we had one person in this class get 1%, or somebody that just didn't do anything and got 0, so the range is really misleading. The range can be really useful for other things, like buying a sleeping bag. If you're going, say, winter camping in Temagami, and you need to know your sleeping bag is rated for what range of temperatures. So range is important, but often statisticians prefer the interquartile range because of those outliers. Now, the nice thing is, you just Control-C all of that, and Control-V there, and you can see that you've got the data now. So looking at this, if we look at this data here, we can see that the interquartile range of the first set of scores was 16.5, and the interquartile range for the second set of scores was 12. So actually, we would say statistically that the second set, Class B, is less spread out than the first set, even though the range is larger. And that's because we've got some outliers down here, some people who performed not very, very well at all. So that's it from me. If you like the video, please give me a like, please subscribe to my channel, and Excel is really useful, especially when you've got a huge amount of data to analyze. Have a great day, everyone.